Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to be taking all of the shorts that I made that were called Plant Dad, which is basically where I took different rooms in a house and I just absolutely bombarded them with plants. We're going to take all of those rooms and then we're going to build it into a house. My plan is to also make the garden, so we'll see how that goes today. So we're going to start out by, of course, adding in all of the different rooms that I've made. I did upload these all to my Origin account as well, so if you would like to download them, you can do under HextraHunt. So I think I'm going to start with the entrance hallway that I made because this is actually a lot. I wasn't able to do it as a singular room because of the stairs that I'd added in. So we'll start by adding this one. Definitely, of course, add it furnished. I am very curious about like how big that this house is actually going to be because I really haven't taken into consideration the different like sizes of each of the rooms. It might just end up looking really strange because I haven't like done obviously like the stairs upstairs and things. I haven't really done the hallway and I haven't done things like that. So it's going to end up being a bit strange. So I think we're going to leave a little bit of space so that we can be able to have our like little entrance bit at the front. I want to make sure I add loads of plants to that as well. I haven't decorated any of the outside of the house as well, and I'm really worried that we're going to have loads of rooms that have different coloured like windows and things, so I might have to start like amending a little bit. But we've added in our entrance hallway now. Okay, I think the next one that I'm going to do is the living room, so let's grab that. What I'm also going to do as well is I'm just going to have the shorts playing on screen so that you can have a look at them as I was making them and just gives you a bit more insight into how I made each room. So we've got our living room here. Now I did give this one brown windows, which I'm really happy that I managed to do that and somehow managed to sync that up because obviously that means that at the front of the house we do have brown windows in both the entrance and in the dining room. No, not dining room, the living room. Now obviously something else that I'm going to have to pay attention to here is I don't know whether I've done the same wall height in each room, which is definitely going to mess up my plan, so I haven't, and that's going to be quite difficult to sort out. So I did add in a door into this one here. So we do have a door in it. I need to kind of like link that up because obviously we've already decorated that inside there and we've decorated both rooms, so it's going to have to definitely link up. Then we've got to go in and just double check that door. So it's not going to line up properly, which is super annoying. We've got like this one section here. We've got this massive cabinet that I added in, and that's definitely going to get in the way of the door. So what I think I'm going to do is if we shift this over to here, shift this as well. I don't really know where this came from. I don't remember adding that there. Shift over all of these plants, then we should be able to put the door here. It's a little tight, but it's okay. So let's grab the door. So I was thinking the door could go like there. I don't know how usable that is. Really, you'd want it there. I'll put it there. We'll also have to move that picture because I didn't realize I had a picture on the wall. So let's just shift that over to be here. That looks okay from this side. The problem is it's really close to this. I think it's actually okay. Yeah, that looks all right. The next bit that we've got to do is we've got to do the dining room. Now, I did kind of think about making this into a house around the time that I made this living room. So I added just like this sort of basic looking plant in that I can then just really easily remove, and we've got a big open like doorway here. So if we remove both of these, because I'm pretty sure this is the size of the doorway, this is now where the cabinet's going to end up being really difficult, isn't it, for some reason? But let's have a look by moving it in. Okay, so we've got our big room here. Now, unfortunately, it's one bigger than the other room that we had, which is a little bit annoying. I'm going to just place it and we'll see what we can do, because I definitely want that big open doorway here, because that looks really cool. It's 2. I wonder if we can like sort of realign it so that it fits properly. It's literally just got 2 walls removed though, so I can't end up doing it in a half wall. So it kind of digs into here. Yeah, it would dig into there. Okay, let's shift them. Move the walls. Then we've got this cute little picture. I'm going to have to move that around. Can I put that anywhere else? I could put it here. Let's make it slightly smaller and we can just put it there. Then obviously we've got this cute little plant. I'm going to move that just over here. And then we should be able to shift our room in neatly here. There we go. Okay, that's cool. So something else that I was thinking is that I'm going to want the floor to continue on. So let's do the same floor in here in that other room. It does make that room like a little bit darker, but I definitely like it way more when you've got a floor that goes all the way from one room to the next. Now that we've also done that, I'm contemplating whether or not I should make these brown. So let's have a little look at if it looks better when we do that. It'd be like this lighter brown as well, but it's got to match this part, and that only comes in dark brown, so that's kind of annoying. We do have the darker brown though, so let's have a look and see how that looks. I think that looks way better, so we'll do that. It does make it look a little bit funny in this room because we've done a lot of stuff in here white. I could fiddle around with the colours and make it darker. I don't really like it dark. I feel like it does actually look good being quite bright. I don't think it looks too bad. We'll Yeah, we'll leave it as white. I think it looks okay with the darker floor and white anyway. So then we've got this section over here that I added in for the kitchen. Now, I have no idea how that's going to fit in properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our kitchen. So this is what we've got working with the kitchen. Now, the door for this is a bit difficult. I seem to have put it like really far across, so I'm wondering whether I should add in a little hallway that lets me still use the door in that. Like, an alternative is that I could put the door over here, but that would mean, that might actually be better. Okay, let's see about moving that round. It shouldn't be the worst thing because we can still put the little aprons there instead of door. So if we put the door here, bin's a little stuck, move that there, then we can put our aprons here and it still looks pretty good. It still looks as good as it did before. My only concern is that it might get in the way of the fridge, but I don't think it should. So let's move this light a little bit as well. I could have it either over the door or I could have it over this bit. I think it looks better there. Then let's rotate this entire house. I don't want it to accidentally clip, so we'll just shift it over a little first, rotate, and then it should be able to fit. Perfect. Ah, that is absolutely a perfect fit. Awesome. Okay, so we've now got our little kitchen in here, and that's our downstairs sorted. It's a very weird shape. We've got a few bits like jolting out, but to be fair, you tend to have that in a real house, so I think it gives it a sense of realism. But now that we've got those sorted, we can go upstairs. So we've got a weird bunch of shapes here. We've also got this little bay window that I'm a little bit worried about is going to look like really strange. I think we'll start with the bedrooms because they're the bigger of the rooms, and then we'll put the bathroom. This can be way harder than trying to do it downstairs, but we'll probably put the bathroom in last, which is weird because that was actually the first video that I made for the shorts. So let's go ahead and grab the parents' room, I think. That should, yeah, this one. So we'll go with this one and then have a think about where I want to place it. So obviously a hallway would be quite a good idea. It's too big to go here because it will overhang. Although overhang isn't the worst thing in the world, I can just end up putting like something else around. Has this got like a different height to it? It does. It actually has that height. I might have to change it. Can I change it when it's up here? I think I can. So I can put it there, but then the stairs get in the way of the door and I don't want that. It's actually the perfect space for here though, so I think I'm going to put it here. And then I should be able to then make it bigger so that it's the taller height, and then we can rotate it around so that it fits perfect. Okay, and then now we can add in the kids' room, which is the second to last room, and then we've got the bathroom, and then we're done, and then I can sort of work on doing hallways and things. The kids' room was actually the last one that I made. Let's see where I could put this. So where's the door? The door is in this little crevice here. So we could, it's such a shame that it's not like one bigger, because it would actually fit perfect there. Alternatively, where else do this? Could it fit here? It could. It fits perfectly there. So I think we'll put it there. I'm genuinely surprised that I've managed to sort of work that out, but unfortunately we do have two windows there, so it actually doesn't work that well there. Let's try, see if I can put it somewhere else. So those two windows are the depart, I think. Oh, here we go. Here is actually pretty perfect. The only issue is see that the door leads like directly to just that weird little narrow section, like the bay window there. It leads directly to the bay window, which is not amazing, and I don't really know what I would do with that bay window once I'd put that there. Fortunately, it doesn't really fit there, does it? All I know is that the windows obviously need to be facing out. It can't go here because it's the wrong size. What about on over here? Okay, and it can't go here because it gets in the way of the stairs. Wait, does it? Okay, no, actually, it can go there. It works perfectly there. Okay, cool. We'll do that then. We'll put that room there just because it works best. The only issue I have is that the windows are white, and obviously we've got, so's the door. So could we change those to brown? I don't think they would look too off as we've got a brown flooring in there, so it should look okay. So let's just quickly change those colours. Unfortunately, oh no, that kind of works. It works good enough. This could also do with being like dark brown or this one, because then it matches the other ones that we've done there. Okay, so it is actually really annoying me that these windows are not the same windows at all, so I'm going to see if I can find windows that actually do match with the brown that we've got going on down here. Go, that's sorted. So we do actually have white windows around the corner. So we've got windows over here that are white, but because it's only one room, I don't think it looks too bad, and it's right at the back, so it ends up like still making it look okay. The only thing I do want to change though is I do want to change this door so that it's darker as well. I think that'll look fine. Yeah, it looks fine on the inside, so that's fine. So hallway wise, we still need to add the bathroom, don't we? So let's add the bathroom in now. I'm hoping that it will fit in this little section here, but it might actually be better to try and fit it in here. So let's go grab that. So our curtain faces outward like this, so we could have it here. there work. Alternatively, we could have it on this side, facing out like this, and that would also work as well. But it would be a bit of a strange one to try and put the roof in, as that would be right in front of the window. So what I'm thinking is that it's probably best to go with it being here. I think what's a little bit weird is that we do have this massive open space, so I'm kind of wondering whether we should put like a little balcony out there as well that we could put loads of plants on. But let's start filling in the rest of the house then. So obviously we've got our little section here. I'm thinking this could be like a hallway, so we can do the hallway that leads around here. You can have the hallway that leads all the way to the end there, and then it might be best to just cut into it here. I think that is a little bit jarring though, just because obviously we've got kids' room here, which is at an angle, not diagonally like we'd be having that wall. So let's add this bit in here. We've got the bit at the top over here where the stairs finish. It goes like this. Then I think it would go like this, and this seems a little bit better. There we go. Then I want to change this door to be darker, or just get rid of it entirely and we put in a new one. Let's get rid of that, add in this one. Then we also have the same issue that we had with the windows. So we've got this window here, which is just really ugly compared to the other windows that we'd picked. It's a nice window, but it doesn't match the colour palette at all. But to be honest, neither does this window, but I don't think these two windows match with each other because we've got kind of an older style window here and then a much newer window here. I'll tell you what though, as an alternative, it could actually just change, we could change the colour to be slightly lighter like this, and that works way better. Okay, I don't mind that as much, at least the color match. Then I want to get rid of this top floor here just so that it's flush. Then it's weirdly removed that bit of flooring, so I'm just going to fix that. Okay, so what I was thinking is that we could have this as a balcony. It's a very weird shape is the only thing that I'm thinking here. It's super weird. Obviously we can put lots of plants here on the balcony as well, and then we're going to want to, this is just such a big balcony as well. I don't really want it to be this big, and obviously some of it we're going to want to be like slightly covered as well. So I'm thinking that we keep this section covered, and then we can use like pillars in order to do that. So let's have a look kind of pillars hit. I'm thinking like something a bit more old style. We've been going with kind of like more old kind of cottage style for this build. I think like that would work. Or we've got the one from the cottage set as well, which is this one. But I feel like that one actually works way better inside. So we're going to go with the one from the pet expansion. Then I'm going to add one there. I'm going to add another this corner. Okay, maybe not because it looks a bit funny in that corner. So yeah, we'll go with the cottage one. Now I've got to decide on what colour I want to go with. I think this one's probably the best one. So go one here, one where it's going to end here, another one here, and one more for the corner. Actually, it doesn't really need one in the corner, that's fine. So then we're going to want to fill out this top section because for some reason it's removed like a bunch of my walls. I think it's because they're individual rooms, so it's like a little bit to do that. Okay, so I want to make that a room to make sure that it keeps the roof. Actually, let's keep that for now because what I want to do is add in fencing, and we're going to want it to go kind of just like all the way around the edges here. And I definitely want to use these as well. I've also got these ones that from the cottage one, so we'll do that in the same colour. Okay, and then I'm going to want a little fence, of course, to go all the way around here. So what kind of fence would we have that's sort of like outside? I want something that definitely doesn't look like you'd have it inside, so even something like this might work. It's of course got to be the same colour as well, which is going to be a little bit difficult. I could do this because at least it's in the same... It's a pack, isn't it? I'm going to have to do one that's in, like, the cot pack, maybe. This one's in the cottage pack. Is this the same colour? You know what? That actually looks really good. I like that. Okay, we'll go with this one. So just going to add all of this around the outside. I'm thinking as well, let's cut off that section and I can just make that, like, a little rooftop, like, potentially with some more plants and stuff there. I think I might need one of these as well here to make it all look like it matches. Then a difficult part is going to be the roof because it is an absolutely awful colour. I hate this roof. It's an absolutely awful shape. I kind of hate this roof, but we can try and get it to work. I was thinking you obviously need like something different here than you'd probably have the rest of it. It's not like necessary. I just feel like it might look a little bit better. This part's really horrible though. Okay, so after much wiggling around, I've kind of worked out what I wanted to do. So I've made this into a corner, and this only works if I have it so that I have this big gap here, but I'm thinking I have an idea for that, so we should be able to fix that. We then have this little section here that I was thinking if we added this in, it's shorter, I just literally had it as a little section coming off like this, then that should work. Yeah, that kind of works. It works well enough. And then I was thinking we can do the exact same thing to this side, but obviously we still have this sort of strange section there. Alternatively, we can just stick this here. How does that look? I feel like that looks a little bit strange. Okay, let's think about, like, rethink that. Yeah, I'm just going to say this now. Roofs are literally the worst thing in the world. I hate doing roofs. Okay, we could just do it the same way that we're going to do the other front. So I was thinking for this front, we just have it so that it drags on. So if we do that, pull this side in, then this is kind of the idea that I had for the front part as well. It's basically just to add in this section, pull it across, and then just make it like quite short. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I really like this one. It's really a shame that it doesn't come in like a lighter black than that though. We've got it in grey, because either this reddy colour or you've got like green and green. It's horrible. What else do we have? We do have this one, but I think it's a bit too dark. I quite like this one because it's a bit messy. We're going to go with this one, I think. I think it just genuinely looks a little bit better. So we're going to go with that, and then from there, let's get our little rim for all of this. I like to try and choose one that's like slightly darker, but the same tone as what we already have. Okay, this one I think works quite well because pretty much the same tone. Go ahead and add that to all of my bit. There we go. Now finally, any of these ones where I've got like quite a big section, I like to add a little circular window in if I can. This would be perfect. Add that there. I could also add one up here and another here. Then those are all the big ones. So then I'm going to move on to the walls. So in terms of the outside, we've got a few options. Obviously we could do either bricks or we could do like the sort of stone and rock outside. I don't really like to do the sliding a lot of the time, so we will have a look at it, but I don't really know if it's going to be something I'm going to pick. So I'm just going to lay down some of the ones that I'm considering. I really like this one that I just put down, and I'm also contemplating this one because I think color palette tends to go a little bit better with the browns. Okay, so I think these are the ones that I'm considering. So we've either got this one, which I think looks okay, but I think it's a little bit bright. Can we get it in a dark color? Yeah, we can get it in this color. It looks okay, but I do think it doesn't really go with the slight orangey tinge that we've gone with for the windows. There are alternatives where I picked this one, and I think this one looks a lot more unique. The only issue is it's going to have this brown ring going around it, so that'll either look good or it'll end up looking really bad. I've also picked this darker brick color, which I think does look pretty good, but I think it's going to make the house look really dark compared to like all the other builds that I normally make, which are normally quite bright. Then we've got this one, which is a bit more like a modern color. I honestly think my favorite is this one just because it does make the house really unique. So let's whack these ones on. Let's see, is there anything else similar? Not really. So we have to have that brown part on it, but honestly I think it kind of makes the house look better. An alternative as well is that we can do like maybe wood in these top parts instead, and I think that would actually look better. So I'm going to go around, add all of this first. Then I was considering having the wood up here, so let's see if we can get some good wood colors there. Like this kind of thing would work really well. I don't think I want it to match that brown though that we've just surrounded the rim, and I think it's like slightly darker or maybe like a more reddy tone. That one looks really good though. I'm going to go with that. Add that to all our little bits here. Perfect. And then another thing that I really wanted to do was make sure that I had a lot of like vines and things going around, but I'm gonna decorate this front part first. So I'm going to have obviously a little dirt trail that leads up to the front door. Okay, now that we've done that, I've got to decide on kind of what I want to do. I was thinking about putting some plants like under here. I'm trying to decide if I'd want them to be like plants that already are there or ones in plant pots. I think I'm going to go with these ones because I think they'll look best. Alternatively, I could also just put like a really long bush under it, like this. Flip it around, do it again over here. And then we could also have a couple of plant pots next to the actual door. That could look cool. I feel like what might also look quite cool is if we actually fenced it off a little bit as well. So if we had a little fence that went like across here and then up here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We're going to want to add back in our little bit of dirt as well, just around here. And then I'm going to want to add a really small one like right underneath the fence. Just like disperse it a little bit. That, add it in where we've got the main point. That looks okay. I think I'm going to erase a little bit of the one that's like next to the path so that it's a bit more random, a little bit too... There we go. I think that looks pretty realistic. Maybe pull this bush in a little bit kind of in the fence. There we go. We're also going to want our mailbox. Thinking about going with this one, mainly because it has loads of plants of it and I think it looks really cute. Then I got to think about what kind of plant I would like outside. So we've got quite a few that obviously are meant to go outside and that look pretty good. Like this one could work, but I think the leaves are a little bit big. We've obviously got these ones as well, and they might look good if they were smaller, but the problem is it's got to be able to fit here as well, so it's got to be kind of skinny. Alternatively, I could just have it where we've only got one plant and it's just like here, or I could do a bush or something, maybe with like some flowers on it, like this. That one's quite nice. Yeah, I think go with that one. Now, I was also thinking whether we wanted to add like some random bits of flowers around here, or whether that might be a little bit too much. Alternatively, we could change the ground so that it's got more flowers on it. I feel like that might be just overdoing it a little bit though. We'll leave it as is. I think it looks pretty good as it is there. We've obviously got all of this section as well, which I could put some vines and things on, but I kind of wanted to do that to over here as well and at the back. We've also got these little flowers, which I think look super cute, and I could add both of those on either side of the door. Any chance with that in brown? Get it in that color and that's okay. I think the black actually a little bit better, stands out more. That. Okay, another thing that we've got is we've got this pipe, like drain pipe, might be better like here. So we're gonna have to add multiple to actually get it there, but I can just do this. There we go. And then I can make that look more realistic as well, because I think we also have a drain somewhere. Yeah, there we go. We've got like the drain that we can just add right at the bottom here. And then I would also like to add some more dirt around there just to make it look more real. And then let's have a think about whether I want something on this wall still. So we could add that would just make it look a little nicer. But there is actually a longer pipe. I think it looks okay the way that we've done it. We've got like these as well, which are like inbuilt, and I think that might be pretty cool. Put like one there, put another one right next to it. That looks pretty good. I like that. We could, I mean, theoretically we could do the really long one. How long is that? It goes like all the way up. That kind of cool. Let's have a look what that looks like. We put one there. Yeah, I like that. That looks awesome. Okay, cool. Right, so I think we're done with our front garden. So let's move on to around here. So obviously got this side, which is kind of plain. I wanted to do here a lot of like moss and vines and things growing up the side. So let's do that. Now, how I normally do this is like I'll use just an absolute range of all the ones it gives you. So obviously I do like these ones because I think they look a little bit better. And I'll change the sizes in order to make them fit a little bit better, that we can have a larger range. So I'll do like this. I'll use Alt in order to drag it up a little bit, get it as close to the edge as possible. Then add the one here. We've got these little ones as well so that we can soften the edges. Otherwise you end up with these very sharp points. Do something like that work. We go. So we've got our little corner there of ivy. I really like how that came out. I think it looks awesome. So then we've got the rest of it. So we do have, there's not really like a massive amount that you can put around. I'm going to put a little vent in, I think. Where have we got a bit of layer? A little vent in there. To be fair, I was also thinking about putting a window there, so I might do that instead. So I'm going to use these smaller windows that we have over here. Just going to drop a little one there. And then I want one over here. Actually, do I want them there? I was thinking about putting like a lot of plants there, so I'll leave that one for now. Up a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. There's our house. Now, we also obviously have the back section as well. We don't have a door that leads us out in the back section, and that is a little bit annoying. I'm wondering whether we can add a door in white. I actually really like the fact that that little door is just like nestled in there. Same with like the little window. I think it looks really cool. Okay, now let's do this top part up here because I definitely want that sorted, and we can also add in the little bit that we were going to do here. Outside, I was thinking just like a wooden outside. Okay, I think that then obviously we're going to want our little bit here that comes out. So I was thinking for this bit, this could just be like a little patio with a couple of bits, like a little table, some chairs and things like that, and then obviously like some more plants that you might have just like in this section. I know there's a really massive plant that you can get, so I definitely want to use that. Where is it? This is the one I was thinking of. Yes, it's perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted that thing. Can I make it a dark color? What kind of color do we want? That works quite well actually. Yeah, that's perfect. It goes perfectly with the other browns that we've got around it. We've also got that one, so we've got it in white as well. I actually feel like I'm going to go with the white, mainly because it goes with those windows and it at least adds in a little bit of white that we don't have like anywhere else. Then I was also thinking randomly we could just add it in like big canvas, somewhere they could like do some drawing and stuff, because it's like, you know, outside and it's really tea, it's gonna have loads of plants and things. We could this like in the corner here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then for this section here I was thinking about just putting like just a bunch of potted plants, sort of like you've just taken all your remaining plants and just like dumped them outside. Actually, this is a really nice plant. I wonder if, let's just put that in the corner for like quite a big one. That corner, but like this crazy looking plant, I think that one looks really cool. I definitely feel like I want to be adding like quite a lot of plants to this bit, just because like we've got to carry on with the theme of just like adding as many plants as we can to this whole place. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now we can move on and just add some little ting outside as well, because I want to put them like underneath here. It doesn't need something that waters it. I always like using this lovely armchair called. There's like loads of colors for it as well. So I was thinking we could have like a little one there. We can put another one here, maybe just two. I feel like two would work. Buttons facing each other. Got like a little bush. I was thinking we could put like, instead of some plants, we put a table, and then on top of the table we could add some plants as well. Then we can just add in two little like here. I was thinking we could go with white ones so that they match the white they've got there. I'm trying to think of what other kind of colors we've got. We do yellow ones. Those ones are crazy. Got like this one. We are going like a little bit more modern, but these chairs really fit with the chairs that got over there. They also they don't don't really look, they're definitely bar walls though. I want it to look more like chairs. We've got these. Those actually look really good. I like those. Do I want to change the colour? Those, perfect. Perfect wood colour, and it's got white, and it's got a little bit of black as well. Then, of course, I want to add just a bunch of plants on top here. Obviously, we want like a little bit of space, so I think I'm going to leave like the corners. Still have space to be able to use it. There we go. So we've got our little plants on our table there. I think that looks good. Now, obviously, we do have like a little bit more space. I'm thinking we could also put a rug here if we had like a really long one. So let's see if we find like a long, short rug. Definitely don't want it to stand out too much, so we could like something like this. This actually has plants in it. Then we also have this wall here, and I think it'd be good to have some lighting on there so that you can see when you're using the area. Oh, we've got this really nice one as well, that's actually a succulent in a jar. I'm going to add that one because also a light. Add two of those as well, but another one there. We've got one each side. And then I think we could do with like maybe a couple more plants here and scattered around, and then I think we're good for this area. I was thinking we could have like about here, and then maybe just a couple more scattered around the base of it. Little one there, more plants there. Maybe we could do with a couple more plants in this corner here. We also have both sides this thing, so we could definitely put some plants to that. Perfect. Okay, so I think our little porch is done. Now I want to go in and start looking at doing the hallway. If I removed the window here, we could have like a massive like bush there or something growing up the side of the wall. You know what? Let's do that. If I remove this, how about I then add in, where would it, over here, these little things that it kind of like you're outside. You can do this. Might actually be better. Will it already the other one? We'll do the other one. Slightly taller one. I actually think that looks pretty. It's like definitely bringing that outside inside. And then we could also put like an outdoor light here so that it looks a little bit more like we're outdoors still. We also have, I know that there's a plant as well that is in like a little planter that you would normally put on like an outside wall. So that could be really cool to do that as well. We've got like, I think these are pretty perfect. But like this little like flower thing to add there. That's all right. Then I was thinking for this end part, adding like a table again with some flowers, or we could put a little flower box on the window. That's cute. I don't know what else underneath it though, and the space might end up being a bit wasted. Or what if we did this? It's a bit big, but I think that looks really cool there. Clip does it, so not really. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, you can also, there's literally space like there as well for another window so that you can look outside. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, cool. We'll go with that. Then we do have this wall here that does thing on it. Need thing on it? I mean, technically you put another little window there, but it does go right through to this thing. See if we've got any other outdoor design things put up. So I was just thinking something simple like the like, little sunshine thing on the wall there. There we go. I think that looks cute. I like it. I think the only thing I want is I want a little mat as you're coming in from that little outside terrace area. Like, there we go. I like that. It looks nice. Perfect. So that's the main body of it all done. Anything I can think as well is that we could change all of this to be something else. Ooh. So what if we did like this on the side, like some nice wood? So we'll go with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Double check that that didn't change the inside of the building. No, it's all good. Perfect. So now I want to go ahead and start doing the garden, which I'm super pumped about. I'm gonna just have a quick look and see if I can some ideas for what I want to do for the garden first. I'm also now wondering whether I should change that door white or whether that make it look strange. Oh no, I think it can be white because it matches the windows there a bit better and it matches the counters that are in there, so I don't really mind it being white. Check, that looks okay. Yeah, all looks good. Okay, so I know that I want a little greenhouse, so I'm going to add in a little greenhouse here, and then I'm thinking we do full wall all the way across the back. Maybe not a wall, or at least if we're going to do a wall, make it like a half. I'm definitely thinking wall. How's that? That's be alright. It's just a bit, and then I was thinking we can either do a fence or we could do a like green. I don't know how I feel about this wall at the back. Yeah, let's do a wall. Then I was thinking like a tall fence for the rest of it, something that gives you in a little bit of this, have a bit more privacy. Go remove this grass. Then in regards to big old wall, we can have a pillar that obviously combines it with this fence we've got here, so it does this edge. That's not from any pack. Just gonna have to find color. They're always so defined to match wood colors. They're always like slightly off. Okay, so this one's probably as close as I can get it. That one's basically perfect wood shape. It just would not work. Then I've got to think about the top of this well. So I'm thinking we could do like the shortest half wall that we can do, and then that should okay, that looks pretty good. Then I've got a greenhouse over here, so we need a house roof. This one, gonna pull the edges, doesn't look really strange there. Gonna add in the new greenhouse roof. We're gonna make brown. Then of course add in the little brown here. Okay, I was thinking instead actually let's do a square roof. That one looks strange. Maybe this can you get brown? Yeah, you get it. Then obviously we want to think about the wall that I wanted here. I was thinking having basically the exact same wall that we had over here, but down here, because it also kind of goes with there. Do that. Then obviously this is a greenhouse, so we're going to want greenhouse 1 for that. Then we've got our greenhouse. So let's sort out our greenhouse now. So I was thinking we could same wood got up here as well downstairs in the little greenhouse. Then I had this idea that we could do like some kind of outdoor flooring here and maybe a platform here with like some chairs on it. That would quite. So let's maybe start by doing a platform in this one section. So I was thinking it would be like this. Then on the platform, we've also got like another one of these, maybe a different. We got like a rounded one. To be fair, the one that we wanted to use last time would quite like that one. Do I want it to be that, or do I want it to be like the same size, 3x? I think let's go with a 3x3. It's a bit easier to make. Yeah, that I had would have that there, but then also have like another little bit on top of here that's a lot short, like this. No, not flat, that. Then I can use that that I wanted earlier. Then pick kind of edge we want around here. I was thinking trying to match already got there, probably making it like a little bit flat if I that work. Then also have wood across here, something that matches with just base. Perfect. Yeah, we'll go with that. Is that plank? Kind of, it's like long plank. Then let's do the doors and the windows for the greenhouse. So the idea I had was to get like some kind of tiling or something that we could then put in front of the door that led to the two areas there. We'll go with that one. Then, because I was thinking about having it like not really come up to that. Then, because what I really wanted to do like a path like this. So I was thinking for here we could just have like a bunch of different fairy lights sort of just strung up inside. Then seating, I was thinking about doing inbuilting similar to my latest short, so this might end up messing up the way I'm doing, but do it, you gotta do this all the way over there. Then of course we'll do is grab a cabinet, so let's try and find a cabinet that works colors. I think that works. Then grab the short one, stick it the ground there and the ground here, go around and do the same over here, that. Then I've got to add another wall in and do the same. There we go. And then we just add this back in here. There we go. My only concern is I think I've preserved the platform and it's actually going to be lower than I expect to be, so hopefully this still works. If not, I'll work it out. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now, to be fair, you don't really need a second bit for this one. Kind of works as is, and then I can fit a table in there as well. This one works really well. That there. Does that look a little bit rustic? Kind of gone with a rustic theme on the rest of the place. I've got other ones as well that got like, that one's not really the right brown. What about this? Not at all. This one's quite, can have white wood. I don't think that really goes great. None of the colours match. Oh, we've got this one. It doesn't really work. I think we go with the one we just leave. Then let's add in all of our plants next to this chair. Think about just going with the plants normally add in. The ones like this. Want like dark plants if I can though. Dark. There we go. I think it looks pretty good. And then we could probably have like one little plant on the table. Like, there we go. That looks nice. Then for the rest of the garden, I was thinking about putting a hot tub in. Got a variety of different hot tubs. I wanted it open though, about like this one. You can get it in per brown as well. Perfect. Love that. Then I want like a bunch of plants here, obviously. And then I'm thinking as well, obviously we've got to put dirt in around there. Yeah, that looks good. Then I was also thinking obviously outdoor light. You can have some outdoor lights over here as well. Just like simple, like work quite well. Do one there, one there. Then I'm trying to think what else I could put around. Obviously like seating would make as well if it's outside. I was thinking we could get some seating here, like just a little table and chairs, something just simple like this. I also kind of want a barbecue somewhere, so I'm going to think about like whether I want to put a barbecue in. I don't really know like where I would think. Did I just pick like a really high table? Yeah, it's a table. It was a nice table as well. I wanted that one outside. I always think it's really difficult to tables for outside because I don't think they give you a lot, and I like to have like indoor tables outside like this. I can like the ones they actually recommend outside. So this is patio table. I don't think that's one that you sit out though. So when you'd sit at and it's ugly. This one is that the one I just at? Oh no, it's a good version. Okay, yeah, that's better. I like that more. No, the other way. Chair wise, kind of chairs are saying we could pick the chairs that go with it. To be honest, these ones as well that have little on them. Let's go with those. So I was thinking we want another light as well outside, just directly above there. If I can make it look a bit of a nicer light than the one that's before, even just like the little bottle upstairs to work this. Then I want a plant on the table, just like a lawn. Like, well, you go. Then I was thinking the barbecue, we could just put it over here. I'm definitely putting that one in there. But now that I'm like looking, does it? It's very big. It's a huge barbecue. Could I put it like over here instead? It's got like a back section. Hang on, I should be able to move it a little further in without it here of that. Yeah, that looks fine. Actually, come with a little bin as well. I was gonna add a separate bin. I think as well, I'm gonna add a bike. We're gonna have a lot of plants, so I'm trying to think the bike over here. Makes sense, the bike. Awesome. Then I'm gonna of course add a bunch of plants in. So I was thinking, see, I really want that to be grass so that I can put way more plants over there as well. Might doesn't need to go one at a two. I thought it better. I'm gonna kind of ruin the plan that I have. Add in a plant, and then I do want like just a bunch more there. Start adding them in. I definitely think that the flower bushes end up looking a lot better. I'm gonna pick like a tall one to go there, and then even just like adding this into where it might start going into the other. Oh no, it doesn't look. Oh yeah, it's fine. It doesn't clip or anything. And this one, and more. Let's go with that one. Can start dragging them around as well. This, so that's similar to that other side that got. Trying to decide if I wanted to go all the way up to the end. Yeah, we'll do that. To go all the way up there. There we go, like that. Perfect. Then, obviously, I'm going to want to change it dirt again. Constant making it dirt. There we go. Okay, I think that looks really good as a garden. I think we need more plants over here, and then I need to do the greenhouse. So I was thinking I could do they both fit side here perfect. Then I can go in and add like plants. Adds a little bit more texture, I think, because then you've got the wooden part well that are in there. They look a little too symmetrical. Going to add in a random one. Even then, it looked better. It's not as symmetrical as it looked previously. Okay, the only thing I need to do now is greenhouse, and then I'm done. So as I'm doing the greenhouse, I do like to just pull up the whole greenhouse kit that I have a bit more of an idea of what I'm worth. So I really like this. It just looks cool and you can add like so much to it. I totally put both those on either side as well, like this. Then we have this as well. Oh, I wonder if they meant to have it so it lined up perfectly. That looks awesome. Okay, I'm glad that it lines up perfectly. That looks cool. We've got this as well, which I'm glad that I put that wall in because now I can just kind of go in and just pop them perfectly here, right at the top. We'll lower it. The colour's a little bit off though. Change that. They might have. That's fine. We do also have this thing, which came with the plants pack. So I'm wondering, how about we change this out and actually put this in here? Put it like there, because that thing looks really. Then of course we're gonna want all of our variety of growing stuff. We also have this whole section here. I might put like hanging plant. I can either do that or I can put just like a really massive plant. Do I even want shelves? I mean, we could put shelves, but also have this one light here. Tell you what, it'd look better over here. That. Why is this big? Such a big lamp. There we go. We also have these like plants come out of the wall. I wonder if I can incorporate those anywhere else. Yeah, like there. I feel like, is that random? It looks kind of random. Be less random if I did the exact same thing on the side. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna change the yellow color so that they match. These are all horrible, and I guess I'll keep it as well. No, wait a minute. Notice that I am gonna put a giant plant there. What giant there? But like this thing. This thing's really. It's got like moss growing up and stuff. Yeah, I like that. And we can start adding all our plants. I'm gonna start with the shelves up here, and then we'll move on to lower. I'm literally just going through and just adding like all the little plants. This is quite good. They're like growing. There we go. I think that's good part. Now we'll start doing part. So I'm gonna think. I think I want to do majorities because obviously they're like ones that you're working on currently and they're growing and still waiting to come up plant. So I'm gonna just add. So we'll add three of these 5 back because I feel like this person clearly, whoever owns this house, grows a lot of their own plants and then just shifts them inside as soon as they're ready. Go. We got loads. Okay. Next, what other plants do we want? We've got ones that I can make smaller so we can fit more on there. Got like this crazy as well. I really like that, but I definitely would want that in there, so I'm gonna have to move that plant there. But instead, plant. Let's make it smaller in the corner. Things around more in. How much space we got? Not a massive amount. Is there like? I wonder if there's like decorations, like and things like that. What if I get make them really small? Bring those up. Yeah, that looks good. I've been flower arranging the ones that they've made them here. Then I wanted to see if there was any lights and things that they would to all of their stuff. They got these as well. Oh, we've got this whole section over here as well. I like that a lot. Awesome. Okay, I think we might be done then. Added plants outside. I've added plants everywhere. We got plants everywhere. I think we're all done there. I'm really happy with how this came out, as I always say, but I absolutely love this one. I'm honestly like a little bit upset that like we don't have this to do it as shorts anymore. I was really enjoying just having like random rooms that I could just randomly decorate with like loads of plants. Plants are literally one of my favorite things to add into The Sims. I definitely think that not enough people utilize them. I understand that it takes so much time though to actually go through and add as many plants as I do to a lot of these rooms. Like I think it took like over an hour for each room of these. As always, I will be downloading this onto my Origin account, so if you would like to download it, go ahead and search up HextraHunt. I'll be calling it Plant Dad House. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your friends if you also like to add loads of plants into your houses. Subscribe as well if you'd like to see regular content from me. I post every week on Wednesday and Friday at 6 PM. I also post shorts daily, so stay tuned for that as well. On the screen is a recommended video, so if you enjoyed this one, I definitely recommend trying this one out. And I hope you all have a great evening.